Welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. It's Bernard here, yes, with a look at the Villarreal game coming up. Match day 3, of course, of the Champions League season 2025-26. And this is on Tuesday. If you're going over there, guys, stay safe. It's sold out ticket-wise, hasn't it? But yeah, bring home those points. Very important after that Monaco. We'll touch briefly on that later on anyway. But after that disappointing draw in Monaco, it put extra pressure on this game, hasn't it? We'll check out Villarreal's season so far. They're doing okay. Perhaps it could be doing better, but it's a tough league, isn't it? And they sit third in the league at the moment. And we'll look at a possible Pepsi 11, although there's quite a few question marks with this one, whether he's going to risk certain players who've not had many minutes under the belts. We'll check out the bookies, of course, what they're thinking. Of course, City nowhere near favouritism for the Champions League, although we seem to be getting closer as far as the Premier League. So that'll turn around if we start putting in some good performances. Of course, we're still in the top 8 in the Champions League table, aren't we? So that's not too bad. We'll have to look at some match odds as well. And of course, Andy Morrison and my own match predictions for this one. Yes, I've been brave in this one, I think. But we'll see. Because I sort of agreed with Andy again, but I didn't want to agree with him. So, although I do sometimes. So I've been a bit braver. So I'm recording this on Sunday, the 19th of October, just after the Everton game. So all information as far as injuries and stuff. I think everyone came out of that game okay. I know Nico went down, didn't he? So possibility, but he carried on, didn't he? I think he carried on playing, yeah. So hopefully that's not too bad. So as far as I know, injury-wise, we're okay, and we might have 1 or 2 extra names back as well in for the squad. So we'll have a look at it. Please, guys, if you are new to the channel, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. That'd be wonderful. Join the many. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers within the next few weeks, so you can help me towards that target. Spread the word. Push that like button, guys, and give me any hype points. If you've got any hype points to spare, if you can't, fair enough. Wait till next month, because you have a limit, don't you, I think. But on YouTube, you have something called hype points, which helps the channel's algorithms, helps me out. So if you can do that, and there are other ways of helping me out as well, or getting in contact with me. We'll talk about that after we've done this little preview. Yep, so the game will be shown on TNT Sports. So yeah, you have to have about 4 or 5 packages to watch most City games, but you're not going to be able to watch all of them here. So we'll see on this one. City have met Villarreal just twice, both in the Champions League, both wins competitively. I don't think we played them in a friendly. I might be wrong there. Both wins in the 2011-12 seasons. That's a long time ago now, isn't it? We've beat them 2-1 at home and 3-0 away. So we'll check out Marcelino's Garcia Torres Villarreal. And as I said, they sit third in La Liga after 9 games. They've won 5, drawn 2 and lost 2. Scored 16 goals, let in 10. And one of the games they lost was against currently second place Real Madrid as I'm recording this. They do have a game in hand on Barcelona at the top. I think they're only a point behind, so they can go back to top tonight as I'm recording this with a victory. But they do sit third, saying they did lose to Real Madrid early in the season. And on Saturday when we were playing Everton, they drew at home with 4th place Real Betis. So yeah, not a bad result. They'd be a bit disappointed. They were actually 2-0 up after 64 minutes. But Real Betis deservedly got back into it and actually got the equaliser on 94 minutes. But yeah, it was a pretty good game. But I think Betis edged it overall on chances and stats. So, but we can't sort of not look at Villarreal and think, for me, there will be a bigger challenge than certainly Monaco were last time out. In match day 1 and 2 of the Champions League, yes, of course, he lost away at Spurs. We used to do that a lot, didn't we, till about 3 or 4 seasons ago, but we managed to get a few wins since, or certainly 3 or 4 wins since. So they lost that. And then they drew at home to Juve, who are below them in the table. So the Juve aren't sort of pulling penny trees at the moment, but it wasn't a bad draw against Juve. It was a fairly good start, of course, in the Liga. And this first Champions League point in that home draw with Juventus. They were the better team for most of that game, though it was a late equaliser that led to that first point, about 88th, 89th minute, something like that. And they currently sit 26 in that 36-team table. The next 5 Champions League opponents are Pathos away, yeah, like Pathos, Dortmund away, Copenhagen at home, Ajax at home, and Leverkusen away. So I would expect them to get about 10 points from this, about 10-ish between 8 and 12. So let's go for 10 points from them games. And I do expect them to qualify for the round of 16 because, and the bookies do as well. To finish between 9th and 24th, you can get 1 to 2 on the bookies on Villarreal. Please gamble wisely and the fun stop and all that. So, so the bookies agree with me that they should probably qualify in that middle group. So there you go. That's Villarreal, who are doing okay. They're doing okay. That brings us on to City. We can't take them lightly. Of course we can't. We really needed to be going into this tough game. As I said, this team is better than Monaco, in my opinion, with 6 points from 2 games rather than the 4 we currently have. And it's put a little bit of extra pressure on us. A draw would have been a positive if we were going into this on 6 points. A draw would have been fine. But now that we've actually dropped those points against Monaco, I think 3 is needed to keep that top 8 level. I mean, if we win, we will probably stay in the top 8. I think it might be goal difference, but I'm sure ours is okay. From a psychological point of view, after match day 3, we're still in the top 8. I think that'll be good for City. So really, it's put pressure on us to go over there and get the 3 points. Although, as I said, if you looked at the fixtures, you probably thought wins at home against Napoli and away at Monaco, and then a draw at Villarreal would have been okay. But 3 wins would have been nice. But it's not going to happen. But so it's put a little bit of extra pressure on us. Let's have a look at the squad. The squad against Everton. A few faces back on the bench, of course, who've been injured. The starting 11, Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Ake, O'Reilly, Gonzalez, Reinders, Savi, Foden, Doku and Haaland. On the bench, Trafford, Stones, Marmoush, Kovacic, Cherki, Bernardo, Gvardiol, Bob and Lewis. Was anyone saved for this? Well, looking at the bench, possibly Stones. Give him a rest. Of course, he was on England duty. He was on the bench, so he must have been fit. Has he been saved for Villarreal? Has Guardiola been saved for Villarreal? That's the more obvious, I think, than Stones, because Pep always likes to give him a rest because he plays him a lot, although his form hasn't been fantastic. And has Pep saved Bernardo for the European game in Spain? Very possible. For the others, of course, the likes of Cherki, Kovacic and Marmoush, they need minutes in the legs. And Cherki and Kovacic got a few minutes, didn't they, against Everton. But it wouldn't surprise me if 1 or 2 of these did get a start. I wouldn't like to say which 1 or 2. Kovacic is certainly sort of top of my list, in fairness. Anyone play against Everton that we know won't start this? Well, possibly Ake. I thought he was a surprise coming in to start centre half. I can't see Ake playing against Villarreal, but apart from that, it's going to be, I'd only imagine 2 or 3 changes at most to that Everton game. So it will be interesting to see what Pep's thinking on this one. I doubt very much Doku and Savi will play. A bit let down with the finishing and on against Everton, so I don't think he'll play. I certainly think he'll play one of them, but I don't think he'll play both. Might play one and then replace with the other one at a certain stage. Of course, if there's still no Rodri, who wasn't on the bench against Everton, which isn't a good sign, is it? Of course, Gonzalez has been doing a good job. I wouldn't have thought Pep would axe him at all, and of course he could get a little bit of help in the middle, couldn't he? Because he could bring in perhaps Bernardo to help Gonzalez, or of course the main guy you probably think would do that would be Kovacic, of course, who came in to take over from Gonzalez against Everton for the last few minutes. So that might be an option. And Reinders still isn't overly impressing, so can Cherki sneak in? He may be champing at the bit, but I say he's literally got about 12 minutes on the pitch the other day, so it's not a lot. So he may just stick with Reinders, Pep. So this is my tentative Pep's 11 based on those little whys and wherefores, etc. I'm going to go for a couple of changes, although I wouldn't. If there's 3, I'm not surprised. If we get any more than 4, I would be surprised. But I think Pep will make at least 2 changes, if not 3. But I've put down 2 changes anyway. I'm going to put in Donnarumma, Nunes, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly. That's if he's okay. As I said, he did get a kick and a knock. I'm hoping young lad will be fine. Gonzalez, Reinders to be, still be left in there. Pep to keep faith with Reinders. Bernardo, though, to come in. Foden, Doku and Haaland. So, of course, Savi's gone walkabouts there. We've got rid of Savi. And, of course, we got rid of Ake for Gvardiol. So, just 2 changes. I'll say I wouldn't. 3, probably. If there's 4 or more, I'd be a bit surprised. Of course, of the subs, you're then left with Trafford, Marmoush hasn't seen any minutes yet. I doubt he'll get time. Savvy, yeah, well, he'll be on the bench. Aki, he'll be on the bench. Bob and Lewis could be brought on late on. I can't see either of those. But the three ones that could have been saved or thinking about are Stones, Kovacic, and to a lesser extent Shirky, I think, as well. So we'll see. Anyway, let me know your Pep's 11, guys, what you think Pep will do with this one. Interesting. It'd be interesting to see what team we do play. Whatever team we do play, we really need to be getting 3 points. That brings us on to the predictions. Andy Morrison said, like Monaco, not an easy one to predict, this one. If you managed to get maximum points from the first two games, we didn't, Andy, sadly, I think we'll go to Spain in great confidence and just edge this game, which I expect to be tricky. They will look to improve on their first league phase game against Spurs. Yeah, well, they did improve, Andy. They improved. This is the trouble when you do your thing about a month before, isn't it? Of course, he did improve by drawing with Juve, which was an improvement. And anyway, back to Andy, Spurs, which they lost 1-0 in North London. And I think they will score. I expect us to go one better. So, as I said, his score prediction is 2-1 for City, which can get 15-2 generally at the bookies. I didn't want to copy Andy. I wanted to copy Andy for the Everton game because he said 2-0 and I thought I've agreed with that. But then I plumped for 3-1 just to be different. I'm going to throw myself on the sword again on this one. He's gone 2-1. I think it's going to be 2-1, but I'll go 2-0. Let's get a clean sheet out of it. Donnarumma, Champions League. Yeah, he'll keep a clean sheet, won't he? Anyway, so I'll go 2-0 on this one. 17-2 you can get on that one. All the odds generally, please, as I said, be gamble aware. When the fun stops, stop. And if you do have problems, please talk to someone. Say it's horrible addiction. I've dipped in and out of gambling, won quite a lot of money in the past as well, but it's never been addictive for me. I've just done it as and when I could enjoy it and have fun with it and make some money out of it. And I was always fortunate enough when I did it properly to make money out of it. But yeah, please seek help if you need help, guys. All the odds to win the Champions League: PSG the favourites, 11-2, Arsenal 6-1, Liverpool 13-2, Barcelona 6-1, Bayern and Real Madrid 9-1, and I think before we played the Napoli game, City were around about 9-1, but now 10-1. So even though we've improved in the Premier League, we're still a little bit doubtful that we can carry off the Champions League as far as the bookies are concerned. So other popular scorelines for this game: 1-1 is 7-1, a 1-0 City win is 15-2, a 3-1 City win is 12-1, and if you fancy a Villarreal 2-1, you can get 14-1, you Villarreal fans, if you fancy that. The match odds themselves: City is 7-10 on, so almost backable, that, isn't it? If you're a City fan, and all right, it's not odds against, but 7-10 is not bad for City. A 3-1 the draw, and 17-5 for Villarreal to win. So you can Dutch it, you Villarreal, in fact, you Spanish fans, if you fancy Villarreal to turn us over in that one. So there you go, guys. Of course, the usual vlogs after the game. If you've watched my Everton player ratings, there's also an Everton story of the game coming out after this on the Monday. And of course, there'll be a player ratings, a story of the game with this hopeful win, or hopefully we'll win over in Villarreal. And lots more on this channel, of course. So check out those. Hope you enjoy this, guys. Anyway, please, as I say, press those buttons. If you want to contact me, you can through YouTube, this on the comments section, or through my socials. If you want to know how to get hold of me through my socials, or you want to help, say, sponsor the channel, guys, there are ways of helping this. And not just by watching this to the end helps the channel, of course it does. But if you want to help sponsor the channel, for instance, there are ways of doing that. All you have to do is keep watching and listening.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway, and please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. They'll be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget, a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or if you know someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. Piat6505, they've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at Piat 6505 on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you remember, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs. So as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally. So a lot of the history stuff. So you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at Piat 6505. If you want to buy any of that memorabilia, that's all that you can actually gain that from being a member and support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue, in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.